Welcome back. Now, our next guest is a transition year student from Dublin, and she was born with a rare skin disorder called EB, which leaves 80% of her body covered in open wounds.
The family's worst nightmare came true when both her parents got COVID-19. Joining us live on Skype this morning is Claudia Scanlon and her mum, Liz. Good morning to you, ladies. Thanks for joining us today. I suppose we really want to hear about your story with EB and how we can promote and support Debra Ireland. But first of all, we must ask you, Liz, how are you and Gary feeling, and have you fully recovered?
Yeah, really, really good. Thank you. Yeah, we both... So Gary was quite mild, and unfortunately I got pneumonia, but I bounced back, and I feel very, very lucky in comparison to what's going on out there, I suppose.
Well, listen, we're delighted that we're able to talk to you both this morning. Claudia, good morning to you. You might tell us, first of all, for those of us who aren't aware of what EB is, what is EB and how does it affect you?
EB is a genetic skin condition, and as you said, it leaves my body covered in my body is 80% covered in open and severe wounds. So it affects every aspect of my life, from eating, drinking, social aspects of it, anything that you can think of, and it's a really, really hard disability.
There are 3 different types of EB, Claudia. Which type do you have, and how do they differ from each other?
I have recessive dystrophic, so it's the worst form of EB that you can physically live with. Then there is junctional, which is really, really severe, and the babies can die within 2 weeks of birth. And then there's simplex, which is like a severe form of eczema.
And Liz, we're looking at shots of Claudia, you know, working her way around the house, doing everyday things that everybody else does. And obviously there are limitations to what you can do. Tell us, first of all, when this was diagnosed and how it has affected your lives, just in terms of day-to-day routine with a child.
I suppose we were just your average couple, got married, had a baby within a year of marriage. EB can't be detected in the womb, and then it was just like all hell broke loose, I suppose. From the minute that Claudia was born, our lives changed forever. Like, EB can't be detected, you know, before the birth. Yeah, we just kind of hit the ground running 16 years ago, and I don't feel we've stopped since. Claudia requires a lot of care, like, you know, kind of 24 hours, 3 full dressing changes, which take 3.5 hours every second day, and then a dressing change every day just for her, and then meds and hospital visits and physio and OT. It's fairly relentless on Claudia.
It sounds very full on. I'm interested to hear, did you know about EB at all? Were you aware of the condition going back 16 years? And are we more aware now in this country and globally?
Well, absolutely, we are more aware, and that's down to the work of Debra Ireland, creating awareness and the advocacy and the hard work that the whole team do there. So I'd like to say thanks to them. No, 16 years ago, there wouldn't have been a lot. I kind of was left Our Lady's Hospital on my merry way, and kind of just fight or flight, really, I suppose. I subconsciously didn't think I knew about it, but I actually had watched a programme many, many years ago that Miriam O'Callaghan had done called Our Ladies, and it featured a young boy called Adam, who actually was from Crumlin in Dublin, and he had the condition. So there was an element of it that actually stayed in my mind, I suppose, because the condition was so bad. Unfortunately, Adam passed away a few years ago, but I had heard of it, but I suppose because I didn't have kids and I wasn't in that mammy phase and all, but I didn't really think when she was diagnosed that it would be as severe. Like, how bad can a skin condition be? You know, do you really think it's going to affect every aspect of your life? But by God, it does.
That's the point of you guys being on with us today, that we're helping people become more and more aware of it. Claudia, I believe that you were, before all the COVID-19 madness happened, that you were in amongst the corridors here at Virgin Media. You were doing a bit of work experience, were you?
Yeah, I was. I was in the makeup desk, looking after Elaine Crowley.
Ah, very good. And is that something that you want to do when you leave school? Is makeup where your head is?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to work in the makeup industry.
Claudia, you're going into 5th year, so you're in transition year at the moment. How is life for you in school? And I would imagine when you're feeling particularly sore and things are painful, it must be quite isolating and lonely for you too. How do you cope with that?
Yeah, I guess as I said, EB affects every aspect of my life, including school. So, you know, there's days that can be really tough where I'm incredibly sore and, you know, it's incredibly hard for me to learn, but it affects every aspect. Like, I don't have many friends in school, but, you know, it's because of my EB as well. It's hard for me to go out and about all the time, but I have great SNAs and I have great teachers as well, which is really helpful because they're able to take care of my needs very well. But I enjoy school most of the time.
Good. Well, listen, we put the details up of how people can get in touch with the gang at Debra to try and help them raise some money. Listen, we really appreciate you joining us this morning, ladies. And who knows, we might see you in the corridors of VMTV.
Oh,
very
please
soon.
come back. We'd love to have you back to do
we'd
our
love it.
makeup.
I need big help. I need a lot of help. Thanks, girls. Good to see you.
Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.